In the pursuit of strength and wisdom, we often turn to Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has guided some of history's greatest minds. The Stoics taught us to embrace resilience, endure hardship, and cultivate inner peace. But what if I told you that even within this revered philosophy, there are habits that, if left unchecked, could make you weaker rather than stronger? In this video, we're going to explore 7 such habits that you might not even realize are undermining your strength. These are not the usual culprits you might be familiar with. These are subtle, lesser-known habits that could be quietly eroding your resolve. By the end of this video, you'll have the insights you need to recognize and eliminate these habits, aligning yourself more closely with the true teachings of Stoicism. Overindulgence in intellectual pursuits. Stoicism is often associated with deep philosophical reflection and the pursuit of wisdom. However, there is a fine line between seeking knowledge and becoming consumed by intellectualism. The Stoics believed in the importance of balancing thought with action. Overindulgence in intellectual pursuits can lead to analysis paralysis, where one becomes so caught up in thinking and theorizing that they fail to act. This detachment from practical life is not what the Stoics intended. They advocated for a philosophy that was lived, not merely contemplated. A lesser-known Stoic teaching warns against becoming so engrossed in intellectualism that you lose sight of the practical application of wisdom. Remember, wisdom is not just about knowing what is right, but also about doing what is right. If you find yourself constantly stuck in your head, obsessing over ideas without implementing them in your daily life, you might be weakening your resolve rather than strengthening it. Misplaced compassion. Compassion is often seen as a virtue, but the Stoics had a nuanced view on this. While they valued compassion, they warned against allowing it to cloud your judgment. Misplaced compassion, where your empathy leads you to make decisions that are not in your or others' best interest, can weaken your resolve. Stoicism teaches rational compassion, where you help others in ways that are truly beneficial, rather than simply easing their immediate suffering or your own discomfort with their plight. This means sometimes making tough decisions that might seem harsh, but are ultimately the most beneficial in the long run. By allowing emotions to guide your actions rather than reason, you might find yourself making compromises that weaken your character and your ability to act with clarity and strength. Avoiding conflict at all costs. Conflict is something most of us instinctively avoid. It's uncomfortable, stressful, and can lead to outcomes that are unpredictable. However, in Stoicism, avoiding conflict at all costs is seen as a sign of weakness, not strength. The Stoics believed that courage, one of the 4 cardinal virtues, is essential for a strong character. Avoiding conflict can lead to a lack of courage, causing you to shy away from situations that challenge your beliefs or push you to grow. Instead of running from conflict, the Stoics encouraged facing it head-on, with rationality and composure. By confronting conflicts, whether they be internal or external, you build the mental and emotional resilience necessary to handle life's challenges. If you're consistently avoiding conflict, you may be undermining your own strength, choosing temporary comfort over long-term growth. Fear of discomfort. In a world that often prioritizes comfort and convenience, the Stoic principle of embracing discomfort may seem counterintuitive. However, the Stoics understood that growth comes from facing challenges and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Fear of discomfort, whether physical, mental, or emotional, can lead to a life of complacency and weakness. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort, engaging in activities that were deliberately challenging or uncomfortable, to build resilience and fortitude. This could range from fasting to exposing themselves to cold or practicing self-discipline in various forms. The underlying belief was that by becoming comfortable with discomfort, you strengthen your character and prepare yourself to handle life's inevitable hardships. If you constantly avoid discomfort, you miss out on opportunities to develop true inner strength, leaving yourself vulnerable to the slightest difficulties. Overemphasis on reputation. In today's social media-driven world, reputation can seem like everything. We are often obsessed with how others perceive us, going to great lengths to craft and maintain a certain image. However, Stoicism teaches that an overemphasis on reputation can weaken your inner strength. The Stoics believed that living according to virtue, rather than seeking the approval of others, is the true path to strength and fulfillment. When you prioritize reputation, you become dependent on external validation, which can lead to anxiety, fear of judgment, and a lack of authenticity. This constant concern for what others think can divert you from your true path and weaken your resolve. According to Stoic teachings, it's far better to live in alignment with your values and principles, even if it means going against the grain, than to chase the fleeting approval of others. By focusing on virtue rather than reputation, you cultivate a strength that is unshakable and independent of others' opinions. Attachment to outcomes. One of the most common pitfalls in both modern life and Stoic philosophy is becoming overly attached to the outcomes of our actions. This attachment can lead to anxiety, disappointment, and ultimately a weakened resolve. The Stoics taught that while we should certainly put effort into our actions, we must also learn to detach from the results. The outcome of any endeavor is often influenced by factors beyond our control, and becoming too invested in these results can lead to frustration and disillusionment. Instead, the Stoics advocated focusing on the process, doing what is within your power to the best of your ability, and then accepting whatever outcome occurs with equanimity. This practice not only reduces stress but also strengthens your inner resolve as you learn to navigate life's uncertainties with calm and confidence. Neglecting personal reflection. The final habit that can quietly weaken your strength, according to Stoicism, is the neglect of personal reflection. The Stoics believed in the power of daily self-examination, a practice where you reflect on your actions, thoughts, and emotions to understand where you succeeded in living, according to your principles, and where you fell short. This practice is crucial for continuous self-improvement and the cultivation of inner strength. Neglecting this habit can lead to stagnation, as you may fail to recognize and address your weaknesses or reinforce your strengths. By regularly reflecting on your day, you become more aware of your habits, more in tune with your values, and more capable of living a life of virtue. Without this practice, you risk drifting away from the Stoic path, allowing weaknesses to take root and grow unnoticed. So there you have it, 7 habits that, according to lesser-known Stoic teachings, might be quietly making you weaker. By understanding and addressing these habits, whether it's overindulging in intellectual pursuits, avoiding conflict, fearing discomfort, obsessing over reputation, becoming attached to outcomes, or neglecting personal reflection, you can begin to strengthen your character and live more fully in accordance with Stoic principles. Remember, the path to true strength is not always obvious, and it often requires confronting uncomfortable truths about our habits and behaviors. But by doing so, you align yourself more closely with the core teachings of Stoicism and pave the way for greater resilience and inner peace. If you found this video insightful, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to stay updated on more content like this. Reflect, adjust, and keep striving towards wisdom and strength.